Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Streamline Production and Material Tracking for On-Time Project Delivery. This webinar is brought to you by Graitec. My name is Misty Scott, and I am pleased to be your moderator today. As a reminder, you can find a schedule of upcoming events, webinars, and training on our calendar at asti.com/calendar. Before we dive in, we'd love to learn more about how we can best support you and your business. If you could take a moment to answer the poll questions on the right side of your screen, it would help us learn how we can best serve you. We'd also like to invite you to take advantage of a free demo of M-Suite. You can scan the QR code on the screen, but I'm also going to throw this in the chat for you guys. All right, very pleased to introduce my speakers today. They're going to tell you a little bit more about them, but Gabe Hernandez is an implementation consultant at Graitec who specializes in MEP and architectural fabrication workflows. And Justin Elder is a senior business development manager at DeWalt Construction Technologies. He is a seasoned sales leader driving growth through data-driven strategies and strong client relationships. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And I am going to turn it on over to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for attending. Again, today's webinar, we're going to be covering streamlining production and material tracking for on-time project delivery with the M-Suite software. And again, Justin will be covering the M-Suite side of this. On the agenda, we're going to be starting off with some basic introductions, which we've just done. And then we're going to talk about some of the issues, some of the industry issues out there in the that we or M-Suites is providing solutions for. And then we'll get into a demonstration of the product with time allowed. So, and then once we're done with the demonstrating the product, and you guys feel free to start asking questions as we go through this in the chat. I'll try to help answer any questions that I can. And if we can't, we'll park those and we'll get to you guys. At the end of this session, we'll follow up with anybody that has questions that we can't answer today. Okay, so we'll get into that Q&A here pretty quickly after we're done. So a little bit about Graitec. Again, we're a global provider, a BIM provider. We're ranked one of the largest Autodesk partners in the world since 1997. And today we are an Autodesk Platinum partner in Europe and the USA with the recent acquisition of Applied Software. We're now formerly Graitec. We've just did a name change here recently. And here also in 2024, we recently partnered with M-Suite's DeWalt so that we can now provide a fabrication solution for some of the gaps that are in our current fabrication workflow. So we also develop our own software internally for architects, engineers throughout or through a global team of 200 developers. So again, if you guys are looking for any kind of information on that, let us know. Like Misty said, reach out to us and we'll be happy to help. Justin, we'll hand it off to you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Gabe. I appreciate it. Wonderful to be here. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be with the Graitec team. So once again, my name is Justin Elder, and I am the Senior Business Development Manager for the West Coast for M-Suite Construction Technology. And so what we do over here is we're here just to help you simplify what you do during your day, get you off of paper and move you onto a digital frame set to really help amplify your processes and your efficiencies. So a little bit about us, where we were born. So we were actually born on a machine shop floor, on a fabricator's floor. And that started back in 2014 at Modern Mechanical at Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then in 2022, DeWalt purchased us from them. And so that's when we became a DeWalt product. We have about 250 clients underneath our belt at the current moment, both big and small. And so we pride ourselves on being able to facilitate job growth and shop growth really from any stage. So whether you've got multiple facilitations, multiple areas of discipline, or whether you've got multiple factories, multiple areas, multiple locations, we're here to help streamline that all the way through. So, but anyway, glad to be here. Thanks, Gabe.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, a little bit about what we're facing with the industry challenges is one is that data is typically stored in multiple locations, not just with multiple physical locations, but also multiple data locations. as well. And so not just coupling with that, but we've got schedule delays, a lack of real-time visibility. A lot of folks are still using paper to facilitate not just from the design stage onto the fabrication floor, but even the tracking, even through that. So that's what we're here to help solve, is put everybody onto one communication line and to help facilitate that end-to-end communication all the way through, which will help obviously with the errors of the miscommunication. So all of that is something that we're going to speak to today that M-Suite Fab help solve. So some of those challenges do include the real-time visibility into the fabrication, and so our software takes care of that. So it is a web-based platform, so anywhere you've got internet service, you can log on to your shop floor and see the production value anywhere that you are. And that goes for any stakeholder. So the shop floor is going to have a little bit different of a viewing of a user interface, but as a stakeholder and management, you can check in on that at any point, anytime, anywhere, as long as you've got internet capabilities. And with that, with the mobile applications, it makes things very fantastic to use, not just on the user functions, but also on the time that it takes for your shop floor to come up to speed. So we do a very good job on our training, and we are very robust when it comes to the facilitation of making sure that you are set up to win, including things like barcodes and shipping tracking, material handling. All of this is handled inside our system that we're going to show you about today, as well as Power BI integration for reporting, because that's really where the meat is on the bone, is coming back to us on reports. And so we're going to show you on your day-to-day what it looks like on the production value of your shop floor. And that's really where you're going to be able to make those calls on estimating, on the efficiency. And so I'm going to show you all about that here today. So as we jump into the process itself, like I mentioned, we've got real-time status tracking productivity. We can track the individual, or we can track them at their particular workstation, should we call it. So that way at each activity, each jump point, we are able to track their progress. So whether that's on the design stage or even on the employee level, we can get that granular with it. We are going to customize your workflows for you. So our training process is very robust. It typically takes upwards towards 90 days for a full implementation, depending on how quickly everything is brought into the shop. But with that, we are going to handhold everything to build those workflows for you and with you, to take what you're already doing successfully physically in your shop and transform that into a digital frame set, so that way we're able to track those efficiencies digitally through. But none of this you're doing by yourself. So I'm going to show you all the way through how not just our training, but our customer success is really what sets us apart from anybody else doing this. We're going to get rid of paper completely from your shop floor. At least that's the aim, is eventually, once this is fully implemented, we want to get completely off of that physical resource for you, not just save you on the cost of it, but also the processes, the efficiencies of paper itself, we're going to get rid of. And then machine integrations. If anybody here has any automated machinery, we've got some fantastic workflows to automate that into the process, so that way we can visibly track those machine integrations as well. So every time a saw is used, we're able to track it and to see its efficiency all the way through. All right, and then here are a couple of screenshots before I take you down the rabbit hole and actually show you what this looks like as far as the fab, our M-Suite Fab looks like. On the left-hand side, we've got a typical example of what a workflow might look like. This is the physical nature of your business being transformed to a digital process. And so I'm going to walk you through a little bit of what that looks like. We can see on that right-hand side where that bar is highlighted, how it says 3-on-3 material handling, 2 out of 2 cut. Those are actually those stages on the left-hand side that have been complete and now are registering for us on the status tracking in real time. So that way we're able to see as soon as those gateways are crossed, that creates a timestamp that we're able to see all the way through. So not just for reporting, but also just for stakeholders to check in to see how we're doing on a progress level. And then also with that, with the work, the my work aspect of it, getting rid of paper on the shop floor, is this aspect of what your fabrication workers are going to see on the floor with their iPad. And so everyone will be given an iPad. That's actually what we prefer, is that an iPad is done, and then we've got a iOS application that is easily accessible. And so they would just sign in for the day. So we can do it a couple of different ways, not necessarily tracking the timesheets per se, but we can. And mainly this is for cost codes. And so they come in for the day, they sign in, and I'm going to show you all about this process, but they come in, they grab their iPad for the day, they sign in, and then from there, all of their workload is already pre-assigned from the shop manager, whoever it is that's in charge of the assigning for the duties for the fabrication floor. They are already preloaded, so that way when they come in for the day, they sign in for the day. They've got all of their duties already set for the day. All that they now have to do is just hit their check marks and their timestamps, and it's very easy. Everything is very functional, and the user interface from that is very friendly, very easy to use. And so on the left-hand side, we can see what the viewing aspect looks like from the My Work. That's typically what they're going to see on the shop floor. Access to a 2D viewer as well as a 3D viewer. And like I said, I'm going to walk you through this as well. So if it's available through like what Gabe was just pointing at for the 3D, for the Forge aspect, we can upload that and put that in there as well for a 3D aspect. And what is just absolutely lovely about this is that it has end-to-end annotation abilities as well. So up and down, everyone is on the same revision. So whether something needs to be, shipped loose and they find that in the field, that is then annotated all the way back up through the line. So that way, everyone involved with this particular drawing set is on the same revision. So we are very, very strong with the end-to-end communication abilities of what our M-Suite Fab can give you. Of that too is easily accessible to the bill of materials. And so if that information is coming from a Revit push, which is, I'm going to show you how easy that is done here in just a few minutes. That bill of materials comes with it, that information, and that is easily done with a click of a button. We just hit our three buttons on the right-hand side, which I'm going to show you here. And that just a BOM list is just one of the aspects that we can easily pull up for you. So whether it's a bill of materials or even a bill of lading, all of that is very easily generated from the information that we are already uploading into the system as we are creating your package for you. All right, and so now we're going to do a little bit of a day in the life. And so this is a quick little video, so I'm going to kind of fast through it, but all of this is also available on our website, as well as a deeper dive demo is available through Gabe and myself that we would love to get you into our process, show you what this looks like, probably get a model from you as well, so that way we can actually push this information and show you what it looks like on an apples to apples scale. But go ahead, Gabe, and I'll have you pause it here in just as soon as this front opens up. Go ahead and let it, let it run it. Till just now. Go ahead and pause it right here. Okay, so what they're doing right here is they are working together. So this is a station sort of setup, and this is actually at Modern Mechanical, where we were born. And so what the gentleman on the left has right there is the workload for the day. Everything on the left-hand side of his iPad, and I know it's kind of a small view at the moment, I'll show you better. On the left-hand side of his iPad are all of the jobs available and assigned to him for the day, typically. As soon as he clicks into that, it pulls up the 2D viewer of the picture, of the package, of the drawing. And then from there, it pulls up all of the job duties. So go ahead and roll through, Gabe. And then we'll see him pull through. And those are all of the duties that the two of them are working on. And it doesn't matter to us what you're working on. If it's a multi-trade rack, we can easily do that. Go ahead and pause it here for me. And so what they're doing now is in the office, they are accepting those drawings and they're approving all of the drawings and putting into the assignments from there. So the shop manager comes in for the day. He sees what comes in from detailing. From there, he stipulates, okay, I've got employee 1 doing the fit up. I've got employee 2 doing the weldings. And so from there, we're able to delineate the workload. So go ahead and fast forward there. Nothing gets to the shop floor without approval is what we're working on. Go ahead and pause it there for me too, Gabe. That is what the UI, that's what the user interface typically will look like on the shop floor, and I'll show you a bigger picture. But that's just easily it. It is a representation of the paper model that typically hits the shop floor, along with all of the tasks on the right-hand side that show the day-to-day duties. You can see down at the very bottom that little red check mark down there, and then that is what monitors the entire process, so that way we can time it and easily keep track of cost codes and that kind of thing easily through. So go ahead, Gabe. Thank you, sir. And like I mentioned, it doesn't matter to us what you're building. We can keep track of really any construction aspect of it. Pretty much built just for piping, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical. But I've got some GC as well. And right here, if you want to pause this one, Gabe. So this is the QR aspect of it. So we can implement a QR code creation or a label creation typically at any stage. What we like to do is maybe at the cut stage. From there, a label is created and put onto that piece, and then that is easily tracked all the way through the process. So not just to, while they're doing the fit up and everything for the spool generation, but also into install and delivery as well. It's a fantastic way to be able to track everything going in and out of the shop. All right, go ahead, sir. I think just another couple of seconds here, and then we'll pause it just on this next screen. Go ahead, just another couple of seconds.
All right.
No, you're good. Okay. And then right there, we've also got a shipping module. So this kind of gives you a very high overview of the quick little abilities that we've got. These are just 4 of 100 aspects that we've got into our M-Suite Fab to make your life a lot easier. So this has actually replaced their morning meetings at Modern Mechanical. Is they all generate or they all congregate around this TV in the morning. They look to see what's coming in, what's going out, and this is and from there everybody grabs their iPad. But this is in a sense their morning meetings for understanding. So cool, and that does it for that video, Gabe.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
There we go.
And then once it's all done, like I said, we keep track of everything. So including the end processes that a lot of other a lot of companies are having trouble keeping track of manually. We do this all automatically. It's all built in. So we are keeping track of those travelers. We're keeping track of the heat numbers, the weld logs, so that way your turnover documents are very easy and done with just the push of a button. So this is just a quick screenshot of what that might look like with that kind of information in there. But our whole purpose is to make, especially on the administration side, everything that takes lots of time for the data aggregation to come back to you in reports. That's what we're here for, is to make that very quick, simple, and efficient for you. Not just to make your shop quick and efficient, but also to make your administration work very quick and efficient as well. So if it is a report, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute, that we have that's canned, great, use it. If it's something that needs to be generated in Power BI, we're happy to help you facilitate that kind of data transfer as well. So, but that's what we're here for, Gabe, is we are data aggregators. We are here to take all of the data of that shop, create bite-sized understandings of it in reports, give it back to you so that way you can make the best data choices and the best efficiency choices for your shop. Like we mentioned with machine integrations, pipe server, as well as we've got a couple other companies that we work with as far as pipe profilers. Those companies are absolutely fantastic with getting the information back and forth from the machines. But we have several integrations with automated machinery. So if any of your clients out there with shops are not using a production software to monitor their automated machinery, you're losing out on a lot of data that we can help you facilitate. So cool. All right. So now I've got just a quick little 4-minute video for you of a day in the life. So this comes from Shapiro and Duncan out of Maryland. I absolutely love this crew. So this will give you a good idea of what this looks like as far as just the end-to-end process. So and we do have them set up on 2 different levels. So you're going to hear them talk about our BIM side of the software, which monitors the Revit, the Revit spooling, being able to quickly get from point A to point B on Revit and make it just great facilitation, which Gabe, you can talk a lot more about that than I can. And then it moves into that process into the fab floor. So I'll let you take it away for the video.
Awesome.
Do you have audio?
Can you not hear that? I don't know if it's coming through or not.
I don't.
Let's see.
The audio is not going to be that loud, but maybe you can kind of speak to it. Yeah.
I can talk through it. Yeah, no, that's fine. I can talk through it. So Chris is their director of VDC, so he takes care of all of the admin work on the back end from the design standpoint. He absolutely loves it that we were able to get them not just off of paper, but also into a point where we were able to track everything from A to B not just starting with their design processes all the way into the fabrication aspect of it. The user functionality of it is fantastic, especially on the BIM side. We take a lot of the mundane tasks that take several clicks, several steps, and we reduce that very quickly and efficiently. And then the process of getting it from design into the fab platform is literally a click of a button. As soon as we upload all the documents and we create a PDF, it literally is just one click, and then all of that is sitting ready to be approved with the fabrication team. What the fabricators love about it is the fact that they're getting off of paper. In our digital world, especially as the workforce is getting a little younger as well, nobody wants to be running to the printer for multiple copies. You spill coffee on it, you got to get another copy. All of that takes time, resources, and that's what we want to help avoid, are those expenditures that just really aren't necessary in 2025. And so we've got some great capabilities now with the web-based platform to get everybody on the same page. You can see that just with an iPad, we're able to to replace the stacks and stacks of paper that are typically at these booths and at these stations. You can see right here that they've got automated machinery. That is a huge time saver, not just for them as far as the machinery capabilities, but being able to see in the process how long that all of these steps take. And that right there is really the benefit of what we do. The real ROI, the real return on our investment is going to be our reports and telling you how long it takes to generate step A, to step B, to step Z, which is install. And that even includes building workflows for you. And you can see right here the printer. Sorry to just stop my train of thought, but that right there is a fantastic view of what that label looks like. And then it doesn't have to be a paper label. I've got clients using vinyl, in the hot sun, and they're using extreme heat that stick with it. So I know that's some of the headache is, we've tried that, but none of it works. But there are definitely workarounds that we've created to help with that. But like I was mentioning, we've got workflows that we can build into install, so that way we can track everything. So that way your PMs in the field are able to watch everything being installed, and all your stakeholders are able to see where everything is at any given stage. So that feels like I just kind of motor mouthed that whole video.
Oh, that was perfect. That's exactly what the video kind of explains. So yeah, 100%. Great.
Good. And the shop floor guys really do enjoy it because, everybody's got an iPhone, everybody's got a smartphone, everybody has used an iPad. It is something that's natural these days is to want to move to that. And with us, it is so user friendly. It is so user friendly. You sign in for the day and that's it. In fact, I think that's probably where my next step is, right, Gabe? I'm going to pull up a live demo. Okay, before I go, name drop.
Yeah.
So that was Shapiro and Duncan. They do both sheet metal and piping. I think we're real strong right now just with our piping side. Strimer is sheet metal. So we work with both big and small companies, and we absolutely love our partners because that's what we consider everyone in this game as a partner. And we're here not just to help your efficiencies for the construction end, but tools as well. Most folks know us for our black and yellow tools. Most folks do not know us for our construction technology. So we're very, very happy and very excited to be able to get this product for our clients to help them facilitate end-to-end your business. So, but that's what we're happy to do with these folks as well. So, okay. One of those folks is Andy J. Egan. So I definitely invite everyone to jump on our website and check out our white papers and case studies. We've got videos as well for you to check out, as well as request a demo with myself and Gabe. I would actually recommend you go to Graitec and start a demo there, demo request there, and it'll pull us all in. But we do have these white papers available for you as well to show you what other companies have been doing. For instance, Andy J. Egan, we were able to help eliminate their master production spreadsheet, get them off of paper, improve their quality control. One of the ones that did not make this list was Shapiro and Duncan. What was really fantastic about their white paper was just to give you an idea, just on the essence of saving them on paper, we cut out a little over $100,000 a year on their paper resources.
Wow.
Just on their paper. On that particular shop floor, we ended up shaving $1.4 million per year off of their processes that they had before us. So that's where we're at, is just finding those inefficiencies, showing you where they're at, and then helping you create workarounds to help get over that. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
and to add to that, on the BIM side, if you guys, we did a webinar earlier this year, so go back to the Graitec website for the BIM side of this, and it'll complement the fabrication side. So what you're about to see next.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Yep, I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it. Okay, am I taking over?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, perfect. Thank you. All right, so what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to put in my credentials. And so now I'm going to log into the back end of FabPro. As this looks, this is actually what you're going to see as far as management. And management is going to have the entire tab, the entire full picture, the entire full page of what this looks like. As it is, I've got hundreds of jobs in here. So what I've done is I've actually just created a Graitec software demo. So what we're going to assume, like what Gabe just said, is from our BIM our BIM webinar, is from that sheet creation, we pushed that information directly over into our Graitec software demo, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go into my pending approvals, and you'll get an idea here on my demo page of just how many I've got. So I'm going to type in Graitec, simple as that. I'm going to come in here I can see here it's the Graitec demo. I've got package 1, I've got an ID, I've got an estimated time of when it was entered, and I've got my drawings. So I'm going to click into my drawings, and I'm going to show what was available. And so all of this directly came from BIM. So whether that is a direct upload that I can show you here in a minute, CSV, PDF, or if it's a direct push from Revit, which is going to be a more native push, and we're going to get a lot more information that way. So if you're already on Revit and you've got a production facility, this is the best way. This is the absolute best way for you to get information from one end to the next, honestly, industry-wide, as far as I believe anyway. And so in here, we've got all of the drawing names, and then we're just going to drill down in here, and we're going to be able to see exactly what was pushed over. And so when these drawings come over, like we mentioned in our last webinar, they come over about 80% done. We will set up the parameters for you for your spool sheet, so that way it looks exactly how you want it to look. So this one's a little rudimentary. This one gets us about 90% of the way there. But what's great is I can see everything about this right up front. So I can annotate if I like. I can do a text box, and all of this is connected to everyone connected to this package. So if I've got a detailer, a specific detailer, and I make an annotation, that annotation saves. He gets an email that says, hey, I've made an annotation, there's a revision. If there's a PM in the field, same aspect. Everybody that along the line gets the information. So as it is here, I like it, so I'm just going to click next. I'm going to go to the next one. Yep, I like that one too. Yep, okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come outside of the viewer. I'm going to hit select all, and then I'm just going to approve all of that all the way through the line. Now, what that's done is that has approved all of that workload into my jobs tab. Into my jobs tab, I'm going to be able to drill down not just on the location of the job, but the packages as well. It just takes just a second to load because there's a lot of information going on in here. Where I'm going to go from here is into the updating aspect of it, or the wizard of the job itself, where I can name the job. I can upload cost codes to the drawings itself. I can upload other drawings into here as well. So if I have a Wendy's napkin, Gabe, I can take a picture of that Wendy's napkin, turn it into a PDF, and upload it into our system, and I can create a workflow from it. So it's really cool, really robust. But what I wanted to show you down here is really where the meat is on this bone. This particular bone is going to be for the assignments. And so in each particular drawing, which we can look into and we can assign different packages, we can assign different elements of our team into that particular job. And so as I come back here into my jobs tab, I'm going to see everything that is involved with this particular job. And I started working on one just a few minutes ago, and I'm going to show you here what that looks like. So this particular aspect, out of all of them that I already accepted, one of them has already started to work. And with that work, it looks like we've done 1 out of 1 materials receiving, and we've already done the cut stage, and we're up to the fit up stage. So what that means is this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my workflows and stages. You guys, this is a lot for my demo. You guys are not going to have this many going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my industrial pipe, which just looks a little different because I'm on a different industrial piping, there it is. And so this is the workflow. This is exactly what you do on a physical level in your shop that we are going to recreate on a digital framework to monitor all the way down. So as I saw on that last one that was 88% done, I have done all the materials receiving for that drawing. I've done all the cut for that particular drawing, and now it is in fit up. And so we can see through the line how that's going to eventually work its way into completion, into a loading stage, delivery, receiving, which is install. Pretty easy, right, Gabe?
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome.
Cool. And so we've got lots of advantages in here that we can create for you. Again, we are not going to let this just be a product where we let you sign up and let you have at it. We're going to spend a lot of time implementing this, learning your business, and then finding the best course of action on how to actually build these with you and for you. And then once we have given you the keys to the car and you're on your own and you need some help, not only am I always available, Gabe is available, but right here is my team. All you have to do is just click on this M down here, and we've got our team of customer success folks right here that within 2 minutes are on the call with you, helping you out. So you're never without any help. You're never without any assistance as we go through. Then on top of that, too, is as soon as we build this for you remotely, most of our training and implementation is remote, we're going to come to your shop in most cases for a few days and actually do implementation and training for you there as well.
Work out the kinks. Yeah.
Yep, you're never alone. We want to make sure that we don't want to call it hand-holding. We want to call it a partnership. We want to make sure that this is something that's a very good value for you. So as it comes into the My Jobs tab, and we see everything in here, and so I'm just going to show you real quickly what this looks like on the level, on the administration level. So I'm going to come in here. I have already clocked in for the day because I had already started working inside the platform. But as soon as I log in, I want to go ahead and clock in for the day. Not necessarily keeping track of time cards, but it will facilitate my using the program in and out of the process. So I'm going to clock in, and then I'm able to see everything, and I'm able to negotiate everything inside of here. So even inside the drawing name, let's say, again, I want to drill down into this, and I want to make an annotation. Let's say we want to ship loops. That's it. And now it saves all the way through. All the annotations are saved, and now everyone involved in this particular drawing now got that revision that's saved. So that's the benefit, Gabe, of having this end-to-end communication is that everyone is on the same page all the way through. So,
I love the fact that you guys customize the workflow. So yeah, definitely awesome.
Isn't that nice? And honestly, it's really what makes it unique. That and the fact, Gabe, that we are data agnostic. So it doesn't matter to us if it's a CSV, PDF, if it's a direct push from Revit, if it's SolidWorks and we can figure out a way, or our CAM duct with MAJs. For us, it doesn't matter at all. We are going to find a way to put that into the system to be able to track.
Right.
So even to the point where if I wanted, like I mentioned, as easy as it is to create a BOM list, all I have to do is come in here to the package name, click on my 3 buttons over here. I click View BOM, and it pulls up as easy as that. So that way, all I have to do is click in here, and now I've got an easy accessible export to a CSV for my distributor.
Awesome.
So, and it doesn't have to be individual too. I can highlight the entire packet or the entire drawing level or the entire package level, and do the same thing. So,
sweet.
Isn't that cool? And then if I hit
that is cool.
Yeah, now it's going to pull up everything. So that way, it's just an easy CSV or Excel transport or export directly to your distributor. So that way, you can get your materials very easily. And the shipping labels, the bill of lading is done as easy as that. Just click, click, click. So now to show you a little bit about what that would look like on the shop floor, because on the admin side, we could teach admin how to work this. The real question is how is my shop floor going to integrate with this, and how quickly are they going to be able to pick this up? I'm going to show you just how easy that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here to the Graitec, the Graitec aspect of it, and I did not. I can hear my pending approvals. Make sure all those are back in there. Okay, cool. All those are approved, and so now I'm going to go into my work. And then under Graitec, now I can select the packages and package 1, and now it should pull up all of my drawings. And now all of those drawings that were just approved that we just did on that last one are now sent to me as the employee on the shop floor with everything that I was assigned to do. So now let's go into drawing 1 and take a look at that and see where we're at. So as of this one, nothing has been received yet. So I'm going to come in here, and I know that because of, and it only lets you see what is available to do at that particular time and to what is assigned to you. So there's never any duplicates, and there's never ever any confusion of who is doing what, when, and why, or where. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
And so we come into this particular drawing number 3. I am the only one that gets material receiving. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to select all of my material, and I can select everything individually, or I can select them all together. And so if I come down here and I hit Shift, that will highlight everything. And then just like that. And again, the reason why we're doing it like this is it's creating a timer. So I am actually creating, in essence, a report of how long it takes to collect all of this material. So I did it real fast. I've got everything that I need for that particular drawing. Now it's going to let me move on to my next stage with that particular drawing. And so it just takes a minute to upload. Apologies because it's screen share, so it's going to take just a second to everything to upload. Oh, nope, that was my bad. We're going to click back. Okay, so now I am out of materials receiving, and now I am into cut table. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to hit my cut table. And I'm not going to do everything. I'm just going to do a couple of them just to show a little difference of what that looks like on the job tab. So I did D&E. All of that is timed. That timer was started and stopped and accepted. And so now this is what I would see on my iPad if I was working on the shop floor. What my shop manager is going to see is going to be on the job tab. And so in real time, he is actually seeing and witnessing my work on the shop floor to the point where we had that second drawing, or drawing number 2 that was already accepted that I had worked on, but now we've got a second drawing in here now we can see has started to work all the way through. So in real time, we're able to see all the effectiveness of our shop floor.
Awesome.
How about that?
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So very high level aspect of it. This does a lot more. For instance, we also, like I mentioned, we've got a shipping tab. So that way, if I had anything in here ready to ship, you're not going to see anything in here. It's just going to be an empty calendar. But I've got a module in here that I can easily put into bill of lading or pending shipment. And that creates a calendar view for my entire workforce to see what's coming, what's going, what's on deck, and what's delayed. What do we need to put into an advanced rush today? So, yeah. So that right there is a big, big portion of what it is that we do, is mainly just keeping track. We want to keep track of everything that you're doing, to the point that everything will come back to us in reports. And we've got some canned reports here. So something like shop log, detailed shop productivity, timer log. You can see right here from the information that I was just doing today of what was received. I did generate some information. And what's absolutely cool about this, Gabe, is on these stages, depending on what that Revit information looks like, typically Revit, I don't want to say Revit, and whatever that information looks like as far as the stage of what we're at, we keep timers for that. And then after 10 hours of that timer going and running, it actually starts to help you with estimating as well. And then in here, it'll tell you estimated workload, how long that should take. If you thought it was taking you an hour, but it was only taking 30 minutes, that helps with your cost coding.
Right.
So, yeah. And so in here, we've got a series of canned reports that are already available for you, typically the ones that are most needed. But if it's something that you need a little bit more detailed on, we're happy to jump on and help you create what it is that you're looking for. So let me see if there's anything else on here. I don't want to send too much down the rabbit hole. We do allow you to add users, and then we're just here for the facilitation of that. So we'll do an auditing, once you're up and running. So we want to make sure that you guys are mainly concerned about how your shop is running, not necessarily about the seat count as well. So, but that's kind of one of the neat things that we're here for is a partnership level on that. So
definitely.
Cool. And then I think Misty on that. I think that was about all on that screen share.
Awesome. That was a great job. I appreciate that. That was awesome. And that does give us a lot of insight on what this product does and what, benefits our users can get from it. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at is there any Q&A going on? Let's see here. I don't know if I have the chat up or not. Let's see. Are there any questions before we call it a day? I don't see anything so far, but if you're on the call or if you're watching the recording a little bit later, and you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out to us, or like Misty said, reach out, on the website, and we'll be happy to do a demo for you, answer any questions that you may have, or just have a discussion, with both Justin and I, to kind of cover any of your your shop needs or your fabrication needs.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Sorry about that, guys. My mic didn't work for a second there, but y'all did that so smoothly. But I do want to offer you guys, if you're interested in a free demo, you can also just hit yes on that poll question. If you're interested in training, you can also hit yes on that poll question as well. And if you think of any questions after the webinar, you're like, hey, I wish I really would have asked this, you can email us at webinars@graitec.com. I will get you corrected. I will get you connected to the right person with the right answers. And the number one question I get asked, so I'll go ahead and throw this out. You will receive a recording of this webinar within 48 hours. If you don't, for any reason, you can reach out to me. But that way you can go back and watch this entire workflow, pause it where you need it. We got you covered.
Yeah, and take a look at our previous webinar with the hanger tools and the BIM portion of this. So with all three of those, you can see the entire process of M Suites for us that'll help benefit everybody, in their office or at their firm. So 100%.
Yeah. Gabe, you could not hit the nail on the head more than that. We've got an excellent hanger tool that if you're not aware, if you're doing any type of design in Revit, you need to hear about this. This is going to change
100%.
your life.
It is. It's a game changer. So I love that webinar was incredible. So
yeah,
it was. I'm going to see if I can drop that link in the chat here. Let's see if we can find that. And we do have another one coming up. We've got one in, I believe it is June. It's going to be our second hanger webinar. So if you're interested, you can join in on that as well. Let me get this link here.
Highly recommend you join that one. Mike Shin and Jimbo did an incredible job of answering all the questions. The chat box was just going nuts with questions and comments and praising the features. It was just awesome. So highly recommend watching that and attending in June. So we'll be there. I'll be there.
All right, cool. I did put that link in the chat to that webinar. It looks like we don't have any questions. So I want to thank you all for joining us today. I hope it was meaningful and impactful for you and your businesses. Justin and Gabe, thank you so much for joining us as well. And we hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.